All right, as promised, we're going to continue bringing you the latest updates from our story, that developing story where a four-story building has collapsed in Verulam. SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya joins us live from the active scene. They still rescue personnel awaiting those engineers to actually declare the building safe enough for them to continue with their rescue efforts. Simphiwe, good afternoon to you once again. What is the latest from the scene?
Alicia, we are going to try and speak to one of the residents that lives around this particular area here. Okay. So the gentleman here, Alicia, has just instructed the lady that we had earlier on arranged to speak to say to not speak to us. Sir, why is it that you don't want her to speak to the media?
No. Leave it.
Okay. So this is the reluctance, Alicia, that I spoke to you about earlier on, saying that some of the people here have been instructed to not speak to members of the media. I guess the gentleman that you saw a short while ago has done exactly that. As to why, we don't know. But of course, we are continuing with our visuals here to give our viewers a sense of what is happening, and just to hear their sentiments around this particular time, which of course is quite a sad occasion for many residents around the area. What I have been able to establish, Alicia, just speaking to people around the area, is that there are no houses nearby the building, so it was quite an isolated structure. I suppose that is why it's going to be difficult for rescue teams to get on with their work in terms of trying to proceed with the operation of search and rescue or recovery, whichever way you look at it. But the confirmation coming through earlier on as well is that one person has since passed away, Alicia.
Simphiwe, look, I mean, who was in charge of these renovations? Because when you spoke to Mr. Singh earlier, he did confirm to you that, in fact, the 3 stories had been completed. I think it was just the fourth part of the building, as well as the basement, that was still under construction. Have you been able to ascertain this fact? Who was actually working on the property? Who is the company that was carrying out those renovations?
So, Alicia, as we were busy trying to organize this interview with the lady that you see in your visuals, she did mention to me off camera that one of the owners of the building is actually one of the victims who is still entrapped underneath the rubble. But unfortunately, as she was about to do that interview, she was instructed not to speak to the media by that gentleman you saw earlier on. But what we do know now in terms of the ownership is that it's owned by a group of individuals. It's not one person. So I suppose that others that were not inside when it collapsed would be making their way here. So we are going to try as well to get a word from them as soon as they arrive. Of course, we continue to see the arrival of the fire and rescue teams here. I guess the instruction now is that they have to wait for engineers to give them a green light, so to speak, in terms of how they should proceed with the operation of trying to rescue the people, Alicia.
Right, I'm going to let you continue on that fact-finding mission for us there. Simphiwe Makhanya is our reporter live to us from Verulam at the scene of our developing story that we are continuously covering at this stage, where we understand a 4-story building has collapsed. We understand it was a worship temple, but a lot of reluctance from those that have since gathered that we understand are either family or relatives of those that the workers, in fact, that were trapped underneath the rubble. And at this stage, we can confirm to you there has been a confirmed fatality, as well as 2 outstanding individuals that remain trapped under the rubble.